During this video, we will be discussing the Medicare Savings Program. Medicare Savings Programs have three different levels of benefit. The first benefit is for individuals making less than 100% of the federal poverty level, and this benefit is called QMB, or Qualified Medicare Beneficiary. This is the most comprehensive benefit of the Medicare Savings Program. The individual has the state pay for their Part B Medicare premium. They also have their deductibles and co-pays and co-insurance paid for. So a QMB individual would not have any out-of-pocket costs when they visit the doctor. They would also have that $104.90 for the year 2013 paid for, and they would automatically get extra health benefits, as is the case with all of these levels of Medicare Savings Programs. The next level of Medicare Savings Program is SLMB, or Specified Low-Income Medicare Beneficiary, and this is for individuals between 100 and 120% of the federal poverty level. And for individuals with the SLMB, the state pays for the Part B premium. SLMB can be retroactive up to 3 months, so that's a benefit for them. QMB cannot be retroactive. It's based on the date of application. The third level of the Medicare Savings Program is the Qualified Individual, QI1, and that is for individuals between 120 and 135% of the federal poverty level. Again, this just pays for the Part B premium, and this can be retroactive up to 3 months, but it is within the federal fiscal year that it can be retroactive. And if funds are exhausted for the Qualified Individual Program, they can accept no more people to that program. So there is a bit of limitation with the QI level of coverage. There are resource limits for the Medicare Savings Program. We will provide you with those. They do change annually, so please refer to that. So let's go over the Medicare Savings Program application. The first page has a lot of the basic information about the client. So you'd fill out their last name, first name, middle initial, sex, street address, mailing address, social security number, telephone number, and county where they live. This has been pre-filled for you to just have to put in your name regarding who helped fill out this application. So that should make it a little quicker. You more than likely do not want the individual to check this box to appoint you to be the authorized representative. They can sign this front page. They don't have to, but you don't want them to check this box because you would be their authorized representative to apply, and they should probably be their own or have another individual who would be their authorized representative. The second page describes their household. This is everyone who lives under the same roof. So you start with the individual, fill out that information. Race has they use these letters down here for the descriptor of the race, so you can refer to that. And then just complete the other individuals in their household. Then it asks about the individual, the applicant, and the applicant's spouse, and it asks about their medical coverage, their health coverage. So you would put their Medicare information, put the individual applicant up here, the spouse down here, and then put the 2 effective dates here. That's all found on their Medicare cards. You do the same thing for Medicare Part B. Medicare Part C is if they have a Medicare Advantage plan, and they would have a separate card for that. So you would put that information here, and then you put the name of the provider for that Advantage plan down here. Part D, their drug coverage, again, they'd have a separate provider, so that information would go here, and the name of the company that provides their Part D coverage would be down here. If they have other insurance, such as a supplement, you would put that information here. And then moving on to their income. This application breaks it down by unearned income and earned income. Most people will have predominantly unearned income, that's Social Security, veterans benefits, and you can see the other things here. Pensions also are on unearned income. So you put down whose income it is it the individual, the spouse, whomever. Put down the type of income, is it Social Security? Use these examples to get your terminology. Put the gross amount, again we always use gross amount, and how often they receive it. So typically it's monthly, but it may not be. Next is earned income, and you can see the required information up here. And you put down the only real difference is the name and address the employer is added. If they do not receive earned income, for instance, then you can go ahead and put NA or put a slash through it. Again, blank information can be perceived by the processing organization as that there should be something there, but you just don't know the facts. If there is nothing, it's always good to mark it out or just note NA or something like that. Next is resources, bank accounts, stocks and bonds. You can see all the lists up here. You want to put in the type of resource, the balance, what bank the resource is through, the owners on the account, and the account number. If the applicant has life insurance policies or prepaid funeral arrangements, that information goes here. They oftentimes have a hard time getting the cash surrender value of the policy. That's an issue that we see denials for these applications frequently. They need to call the plan and get a statement of the cash surrender value. Now that's only if they have a whole life policy. If they've got a term policy, it won't have cash surrender value. It'll just have face value, and the cash surrender value would be 0. If they own the home where they live, they need to enter this information here, or you do rather, and if they own other property, that needs to go here. And then this is the statement that they would need to read and agree to before signing, and you can see the applicant and spouse sign here. The only time you need a witness is if they sign with an X or another mark. So it's a pretty quick application to get them a pretty significant benefit. We do like to provide them with a receipt or an instruction sheet. So here's our instruction sheet for the Medicare Savings Program. Attached, please find the Medicare Savings Program benefit application that SHIP assisted you with completing on, and insert the date there. And then there's a brief overview of what the MSP benefit is. And then we have emphasized that they must review and finish completing the application. It is their responsibility to review the application and make sure that it is correct before they submit it. And we do suggest, if you are not with the individual at the time, or even if you are and they're taking it with them to complete later, to flag areas that need attention, including where they should sign. This sentence refers them to the county, and so you would put their county and then the address and phone number and fax number, if you'd like, of the appropriate DCBS office, and you will receive that information from us. And then this portion discusses the required supporting documents. So they will need to make copies, or make a copy of their Medicare card, a copy of their driver's license, and so on, and bring that in with their application so that it can be processed appropriately, and they won't get a request for information from the Department of Community-Based Services, which would hold up their processing time. Once that's all been submitted, DCBS has 30 days to process the application, and then we suggest that they call us back just to make sure that it was the appropriate response from DCBS, and that if there are any other benefits that they should apply for, we can assist them with that. And then this is the back side of our information sheet, and it is a receipt. So this is what we ask, or the client will ask the DCBS office to complete. So this is proof that the client will have that this has been submitted. It's got the name of the employee who accepted it, the county, the name of the applicant, the date, and the time it was accepted, a signature, and then checkbox showing what has been submitted. So there should be no question that all the information has been submitted. So if the client ever needs proof to show, here, look, I submitted this at this date, this is my application date, they have proof of that. And down here it does say it should be retained by our client. So that's it for the Medicare Savings Program. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us and ask. And again, a fairly simple application that can help people significantly.